Hey everybody, welcome back to Ralph's Craft. So we like playing Phase 10 and I found a laser cut file for creating a wooden storage box for the game, and also allows you to keep score with pegs on the top. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. So let's go ahead and get started without any further ado. First things we'll do is, as usual, I like to measure what I have to work with before I do anything, just so that way when I'm doing the layouts it will all line up. So we'll get the depth. I'm going to go ahead and set this to basswood. And now we will go ahead and set our workspace. All right. And now I'm going to pull in the file. So this is actually the second time that I'm making it. The first time that I made it, it wasn't even big enough for the cards, and I'll show you what the problem was. If you go into settings on Xtool Creative Space, in this general, this import image too large for the canvas, it had auto scale selected, so it was scaling it smaller than what the actual file was supposed to be. So either keep it as ask me every time in case you want the option to do the two, or keep it to size. All right, so let me pull that back in again. All right, so now we're gonna need a bunch of different canvases. So let's start with just putting this on one. Oh, we gotta ungroup everything here. And actually what I should have done was taken all of this and kept this on canvas 1 because that's where we marked out our area. Okay, so let's put this over here, and now let's see what we've got going on here. All right, so we've got to break this up a little bit. So the reds, we want that set to engrave. We have two separate sets of blacks here, so let's see if we can't isolate those. Just set these to cut for right now, and then I want to get just those and set those to engrave. Now I want this blue part is cut, and I'm just going to move this off to the side for right now. Well, actually what I want to do is I'm going to do this, and I'll explain all that why in a moment. Let's just put that to ignore. Okay, so let's check this again. We've got this I want to ignore, and I'm going to move it out of the way. All right, I want this set to cut. I want these set to engrave, these set to engrave, and these set to cut. I want these greens set to engrave. Nope. What's going on here? Ah, there we go. Let's set the greens to score. So let's zoom back out. You just delete this one. This I can delete. Everything on the inside here. Let's do this. Now this here I'm going to put on a whole separate canvas. Alright, so we've got this. Try to group all that together. Now we'll start taking these. This should all be cuts. So we'll take these one at a time and see what else we can fit on here. Okay. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to get on that one. So let's go ahead and process this. Okay, so our first piece is done. We're going to go ahead and get another one loaded up here. So first things first, we'll get our distance, of course. And now we'll see our working area, just as always. All right, so now we'll just grab another piece, move that over to canvas 2, and we're just going to chart out and get as much of this stuff together as we can. Don't know that we'll be able to get both of these on one. Nope. So let's put that back on canvas 3.
Oops, I made zooms.
So we'll go ahead and get this one processed. We'll set our material all to cut. All right, let's get this one going. Okay, and now we'll see what that last canvas was for. This one, we are going to try to do an overlay. This, we're going to use some walnut. So we'll get that in and measured out. All right, looks like we will be good. Okay, so while that's cutting, we'll go ahead and start assembling. Okay, so we've got all our parts cut out. You're going to see this is a little bit funky because this is actually designed for thicker wood than what I have. It'll still work, it won't have smooth edges. So take that into account. Make sure you're using the right size wood, or the right thickness, I should say. So let's go ahead and get this laid out. This is going to be our bottom. This will be our top. We have a left side. We have a right side. This is going to be our back. So let's work on that first, and then we'll take care of the drawer part. So we'll just assemble all these together. Okay, and I'm just going to throw a clamp on here, just long enough for me to throw some glue in here. Just try to throw another clamp up here loosely. So we'll get one side and the back in place here. And now that those have set for a couple seconds, we'll go ahead and get our last side on here. All right, we'll let that glue for a little bit and then we'll slap the top on. So just going to start with one side here, line it up as I go. There we go. And again, since it's not going to line up perfectly here because our wood is thinner, I'm just going to apply some glue on the undersides here. Okay, so for the drawer we have our left side, we have our front, our bottom, our back. This is our divider. This is our right side. This is going to sit in here like this. We'll do that last. And this will be our little drawer pull. Okay, so let's work on getting this together. So same thing, we're just going to go with this while we can. Okay, and we'll mirror that up here to this side. Drop another line of glue in there. And then we'll just drop some glue on this bottom piece here. And lay that in. Okay, now we'll set this off to the side and take a look at this top and see if this frame set in there okay. Alright, sweet, it did. Okay. Let's take our drawer. And bam, just like that, we are good to go. Okay, let me see here. Stick our cards in. Good fit. And I'm going to hold off on putting these cards in until this glue is fully dried. But that's it. Easy peasy. So I'm going to take all these out so they can all dry nice and good. Like I said, if you were using the right thickness of wood, all this would be flush. But we didn't, so it's not. But it'll serve its purpose. All right, if you have any questions about this project, please put that down in the description box below, and I'll answer it to the best of my abilities. Other than that, thanks for sticking around. We'll see you next time. Bye.